Good morning, friends. It's Bob again, bringing you another Devo and a reflection on forgiveness and forgiving and the power and complexity of that. Now, last Sunday, we talked about some of these hiding places and some of these reasons why we shy away from forgiving, and that this is actually a very complex and nuanced kind of discussion. And the idea here from Jesus is that we must forgive. But when Jesus actually calls us to forgive, he is calling us into freedom. And so this morning, I want to just take a moment to say that I want to acknowledge that some of the things that have happened to you are heinous and awful and are reprehensible and are things that in some ways I would say are unforgivable, in that they are that evil and they have happened toward you. All of us know someone, but some of us are those people who have actually been sexually abused or physically abused in ways that were just absolutely awful. And I want to authenticate, to validate that for you and for those of you listening in, that when I talk about forgiving, I'm talking about something that is so like, you don't understand. I can't do this. I can't even visit this, because if I visit this, it's going to take me down this rabbit hole that I can't get out of. I'm pretty sure that it will consume me. And I realize that these monumental events have been so heinous, so powerful, and so shaping in our lives. But it is precisely that reason that God is calling you and I to come out and to walk out into his forgiveness and to walk out into forgiving. And that by forgiving, we walk out of our own prison and the different things and the constructs that these pivotal events, created in our lives. And so I want to call you, I want to beg you, I want to ask you and plead with you that you would cozy up to this. I'm willing to help. We have people in our church that are willing to help you kind of get on the forgiveness playing field. But I want to say to you in a very straight way that with this in mind, that this is, I know I'm asking you to do something difficult, but I also am asking you to do something that God will empower and that the Lord will be there for you as you and I walk into these pathways of freedom through forgiving. I want to ask you to think and reflect on that if you gave up these things, and if they no longer had sway in your lives, if they no longer were the boundaries that kind of created and were the things that defined who you are, even though they are in secret, when you get out from under those things, then so many possibilities become available to you. But it is that freedom of forgiving that is the beginning point of that healing. Forgiving and healing are actually, those things go together. I've seen over and over and over again. And so I want to appeal to you this morning. I want to appeal to those of you that know someone that is in this spot, to be very gentle and to call them in and ask and pray that the Lord would allow there to be great grace to be able to talk and to move and to cozy up to forgiving and finding the freedom and the healing that forgiveness is going to bring. That's what I want to ask you to think about this morning. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you about a story of a person that, and I have over and over so many stories of people who had heinous things done to them, that found freedom in forgiving and were able to move into the Christ-created person that God has always wanted for them through forgiving. So think about that today and reflect on that, and join me tomorrow for some more discussion on this. Thanks so much for joining me. I love you. I'm praying for you. I'm walking with you in this. Have a great day.